Is it actually harder to sell a home in Windsor Essex County right now, or does it just feel that way because of everything you are hearing? Let me answer that plainly. Is now a good time to sell a home in Windsor Essex County? Based on this month's numbers so far, here's my honest answer. I know a lot of you are watching are quietly asking that question this week. Whether you're a family wondering if you should list your home on the MLS or for sale, a family trying to decide if now is the moment to upsize or downsize, or a family thinking about relocating here and wondering what you're walking into. So let us look at the real numbers together. Honestly, no spin. Quick note on who I am. For anyone new here, I live and work right here in Windsor Essex County, and I do not wait until the end of the month to look at what is happening. I track these numbers every single week because behind every one of them is a family making the decision that matters to their life, not just their finances. I have personally helped over 160 families buy or sell a home right here in Windsor Essex County, and every month we help many families just like you make the right informed decision. If you're considering moving to or within Windsor Essex County, whether it is buying, selling, or relocating, please feel free to reach out to us. And if that is the kind of person you want in your corner, stick around. And if you ever want to talk it through, my contact information is always right below this video. Let us get right into where things actually stand so far for the month of July. Let us start with homes. So far this July, we had 413 homes were listed on MLS, and we had 137 homes that were sold. The average sale price is just over $555,000, and the median sale price is just over $489,000. Now, here's the number I actually want you to pay attention to. We had 26 homes expired, meaning they simply ran out of time without selling. And we had 181 homes were canceled, meaning the seller pulled them off the market before they sold. That is a big number, and I'm not going to gloss over it. Most of these homes will either be relisted at a price that the homeowner expectations are, or sometimes they're listed at the same price and it takes a bit longer to sell. Sometimes the homeowners are being very unrealistic. They will never get a number and they're very adamant about a certain number, a price point. If the data does not support those numbers based upon what's happening in the current market, they may never get that number. Some of them may just sell because they have to sell, and some may just take the home completely off the market and wait for a better time. It all depends on their situation and their family situation. But here's what I want you to understand. When a home does not sell, it is almost never because something is wrong with the home. It is almost always about one of two things: the price or the timing. The average home that sell took 42 days to do it. That is not scary. That is simply today's pace, and knowing that pace going in is exactly what turns a nervous seller into a confident one. And it is that same pace that changes things for the rest of you watching too. If your family has outgrown your space and you have been waiting for the right moment to upsize, a market moving at 42 days instead of racing at a frantic pace means you could list with confidence and actually taking time to find the right home instead of feeling rushed into whatever happens to be available. If you're relocating here from somewhere else, the same steadier pace means more homes to actually see and compare, not just whatever is left over after a bidding war. Mind you, we are still getting bidding war, and later in my video while I'm driving, you'll see what's happening. And as always, if you're finding value in this video, it would mean a lot to me if you give it a like. And if this is your first time here, I would love for you to stick around and subscribe. But the condo numbers tell a completely different story. And if you're downsizing or thinking about a lower maintenance lifestyle, this next part is one you actually want to hear. Now let's talk about condos, because this is a market on its own. 53 condos were listed so far on MLS in July. 9 of them sold. The average sale price came in at $444,000 with a median sale price of $375,000. We had 7 condos expired and 9 condos were canceled. The average time to sell a condo was 50 days. And if you're downsizing, I want you to really hear this part. Condos are still moving, but just at a steadier, more patient pace than homes. This is not a red flag. that is simply the nature of this segment right now, and it means pricing and presentation matters even more if you want yours to be one of the 9 sold instead of one of the 9 that did not. And whether you're buying a house or a condo, first time or experience, this is a good moment to get educated before you could get emotional about a property. Know your real budget, get your pre-approval early, and understand that these numbers mean you likely will not be in a bidding war on most listings right now. Bidding wars are still happening. That knowledge alone can make you a calmer, more confident buyer, whether you're downsizing to something simpler, upsizing into more space, or moving here for the very first time. Whether it is a home or a condo, whether you are buying, selling, or relocating to or within Windsor Essex County, I want you to know something. The families I've helped did not just get a transaction. They got someone in the corner who know the numbers and knew their neighborhood. We just helped a family bought a home here in Windsor Essex County, and they're coming from north of Milton. They have a daughter who's going to be attending the university, and they sold their home there, and they need to find a home here that they're going to be moving in within 45 days. So we are under a very tight timeline. We had a certain criteria has to be met: good location, under $500,000 or $500,000 price point, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, finished basement, garage if possible. And we looked at over 18 homes, and that's one of the videos I made last week where we talk about expectation from sellers and their buyer and their agent, and when they were very misleading with the price and expectations, and I called that agent out in that video. So we wrote 3 offers. We were countered with all 3 of them. All of them had home inspection, mortgage financing conditions. And the first offer was in a good location, good home, 3-bedroom, 1.5-bathroom home. Similar home in the area was selling for $485-ish. We put an offer for $465. They countered us back at $490. The house was listed at $499.9. No offer date. We said, hey, the highest we'll go at $475. But the home that was selling for $480, $485 had a finished, complete basement and a 2 full bathroom. Our home did not. So we felt that there would be non-realistic, so we moved on. In 2 days, we saw about 15 homes. Thursday and Friday, they came into town, and then they went back. We put an offer on one of the homes I just mentioned. It didn't happen. Counter offer didn't happen. Then we look at another home. We're in competition again. He came in on a Sunday. We look at these homes. There were 3 homes we believe we looked at, and one of them didn't check his boxes off. The second one we put an offer in. Once again, we were in multiple offers. They came back at us and asked if we could remove our condition, and I said no, we can't. Ultimately, I have to protect my client's best interests, and I will do the same thing for my family and myself. So they choose to work with the offer that had no conditions. That home was listed at $399.9 and it sold for $451. Our offer was $450. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home in a nice forest glade area, and it was turnkey move-in ready. So we're back to square one. We lost that offer. So the last one we saw, we booked it in the morning, and it was declined because they had an open house that day, and maybe they're prepping the home to get it ready. So we went to the open house. It checked off all the boxes. This home was turnkey move-in ready. The roof was newer, AC and furnace was newer. It was all brick, and it was in a good East Riverside location. It was listed under $500,000, and it was a 3+1 bedroom, 2 full bathroom in a great Windsor location, safe, and there was no offer date, so we're not competing. There was no bidding war. We put in an offer, I believe, around $465 with financing and home inspection condition. We felt in the area it was going to be a good deal regardless, because homes in the area were selling for around close to 500 and change. That was turnkey move-in ready. Our homes were. We did a home inspection the following Wednesday, and we firmed it up the Wednesday afternoon. The listing agent was very transparent, old school, solid as a rock, no games being played. And right off the bat, that means a lot to me and my clients. And the integrity between both agents was amazing. And that's why I like working with agents who have integrity. They're very transparent and they work for the best interests of their clients, but at the same time, together with the buying side or selling side, whoever side you're representing, you work collaboratively and you make sure everybody best interests are taken care of. In this case, this is what happened with us. My clients were ecstatic and there were no surprises during the whole transaction. So by doing the home inspection, the mortgage financing clause, we offer some type of security blanket for my clients working in their best interest. And we were able to get this home with terms and price that we were very happy with. My clients are ecstatic. The wife did not see the home. She came during the inspection and saw the home, and she was very happy with what we're getting. They're getting a better home in a better neighborhood and a bigger home for a lot less than what they sold their home for in the GTA area. So the moral of the story here is we found them a home within the price point, within the timeline, in a great neighborhood that's affordable, and they were able to get this because they knew exactly what they wanted. There were timelines involved, and we worked together collaboratively as a team in their best interests. Now, I find a lot of buyers today, they don't know what they want, and they're very undecisive because they have options, and then they have time on their hand. And I don't blame you. I think that's a great way to look at buying your first home, is to make sure you love the home. Because if you don't love the home, what's the point of buying that home? Because I don't want you to have regret. I don't want you to have to call me and say, Kris, we don't love the home or the neighborhood. This is a huge financial, emotional, and stressful decision of your life. So you want to make sure you're 150% sure. And I hope you can relate to this. And I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have about our market, what to expect when buying a home, if there's competition, what are some of the great locations and neighborhoods to live in Windsor Essex County, places I would personally recommend to live in. And I always tell you, I'm only going to recommend a home where I feel it's safe for you and your family in a good location. And I'm always going to tell you a price which I feel comfortable. I will pay based upon data. I always tell my clients, don't be emotionally attached to the home, because if you do, then you're setting yourself heartbreak. Use logic. Logic always wins when it comes to buying a home. Do your numbers. Make sure you checked off all the boxes. Don't get overly excited. It's hard to say that as an agent, or it's easy for me as an agent to say that. And for a home buyer or my clients, it's hard for me to tell them, don't get excited, because they're going to be excited. I remember buying my first home. Yes, I was excited to become a homeowner because there were so many things I was not even aware of that could happen. Financing condition, mortgages, closing costs, land transfer tax, property taxes, setting up the bills and the payments. Those are a lot of things that first-time home buyers are not aware of. And if you have a great agent, he's going to walk you through the whole process from start to end, telling you what you need to do, things not to do, and set the expectations. And if you find a good agent, he or she's going to make that very seamlessly for you. You'll enjoy the process. You won't be feeling stressed. For all of my clients, that has happened, and I lead with guidance and support, and I learned from the mistakes I made during my purchasing with my agent when I was not an agent. There was a lot of things that happened that I was not aware of, and I want to make sure that does not happen to you. As a buyer, here's what to expect in our typical market right now for the homes that are listed with an offer date that shows well, that's turnkey move-in ready, that's in a good location, that are priced well, and have an offer date. you're gonna have competition. There's not a lot of homes like this that checked off all the boxes, and there are many buyers out there like yourself looking for these type of homes. And when they find one, chances are you're going to be competing with each other for this home. And most of these homes sell pretty quickly within the first week because they're priced the home aggressively, and most of the times the expectations of the homeowners that selling the home with the agents are realistic based upon today's market. Sometimes if it does not sell or they don't get the price they want, then they either wait to get the price that they want, or they would relist at the expectation that they want in terms of price. Normally there's room for negotiation there, and it does happen, or sometimes it just sits on the market for a long time depending on the seller's expectations. And case in point, the first home we put that offer on, the agent did come back to me afterwards and said, hey, did you guys find a home? And I said, yeah, we did, thank you so much. So what does that tell me is that they're having second thoughts about our offer, and they're probably never going to get an offer like ours, and they lost that opportunity because they were being very, in my opinion, unrealistic with today's price and terms and market conditions. That's their loss. In the end, my client got a better home at a better price in a better location that they're very happy with. My contact information is right below this video. I would love to help you and your family make your move as smooth as possible and stress-free. I hope you found value in this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think of our local real estate market right now. I read every single one of them, and I personally respond to them as well. And don't forget to check my next video coming up right now there. And if you'd like for us to happen anyway, please reach out or leave a comment below. We'd love to hear about your goals and how we can help you. Take care, stay safe, have a great day, have a great weekend, have a great week, great month. See you soon. Bye now.